It's time to put your health in your own hands. Get ready to learn from today's top health and wellness innovators and thought leaders on Optimal Health Radio. Now, here's your host.
Hi, this is Tammy Patzer, and I'm really excited to introduce today's guest, J.A. PRAGUE. He has worked for 20 years in the petrochemical industry as a supervisor of operation. He's also a cattle rancher in Southeast Texas. In 2005, PRAGUE began exploring different modalities of healing and spirituality on his journey towards self-healing from polycystic kidney disease. Though PRAGUE has always enjoyed a deep connection with the divine and powerful intuition, he was seeking a way to uncover his innate gifts and abilities more fully. In 2011, his quest led him to Guruji Mahatma Trivedi, founder of the Trivedi Effect. PRAGUE experienced profound personal transformation through this meeting. PRAGUE's association with Guruji Trivedi helped him to discover and develop his unprecedented natural abilities as a Biofield energy healer. His ability to harness and transmit intelligent energy is validated through the rigors of internationally accepted models of scientific research that have been published in peer-reviewed scientific journals. Welcome, Jay.
Hello, good to be here.
This is really exciting, cutting-edge information that you're bringing to us today. First of all, can you tell me what the Trivedi Effect is?
Trivedi Effect is through Mahendra Trivedi, is harnessing divine energy, which is in everything, and transmitting it to people to increase their wealth, health, connection to the divine, or to the God of their understanding. It's really just the connection, connecting them to their higher consciousness.
So basically, when you're talking about the divine, you really are talking about a person's personal connection to the God or the life source of their understanding. Is that kind of it in a nutshell?
Yes, ma'am. That's it.
Can you tell me more about how you came to look for and find the Trivedi Effect?
Well, as you stated in my bio, I was looking for a healing for this kidney disease that's been in my family for, I don't know, generations. And it's polycystic kidneys. It cysts developed inside your kidneys until your kidneys no longer function. And so I tried to go to different modalities to try to get my spirituality up so I could help heal myself. Well, it wasn't meant to be. I went on dialysis and I still was doing different modalities to try to help heal myself. After dialysis, my wife gave me a kidney, and with the kidney transplant, after that, I was still seeking higher purpose and a way to heal myself. Well, everything I did finally led me to Mr. Trivedi, and it was a 3-day workshop, online blessings, and it was three different weeks, every Tuesday night or something. And I joined that, and after just hearing Mr. Trivedi speak for the first time, I knew that's where I was supposed to be. And so I joined, and I've been with them for 7 years now.
So over the 7 years, when you first met him and started with the energy blessings, what made you have that feeling that you had found what you were seeking?
I guess it was the interconnection. It made me, I don't know, it was a spiritual thing. It was just like, oh my God, this is it. This is where you're supposed to be. I didn't know it would lead me to being a healer, which, you don't get to pick and choose where God sends you. He just sends you, and you have to run with it. And so I try to do everything I can to steer me on this path. And, there's difficulties being a rancher, being a worker in the chemical industry. You have a lot of negative, a lot of ego, and my ego is the hardest thing to overcome. Especially the more you're around that, the more you kind of get the effect from that. It's kind of contagious, becomes contagious. So, and being with Trivedi helps me also stay true to my divine.
So can you tell me a little bit more about what the energy actually is to the best of your understanding? And how does it help people and animals and plants and agriculture, etc.?
Well, the energy is the life force that God gives us all. And it's your connection to God, to higher consciousness. It helps raise your consciousness. The higher your consciousness becomes, the more all the other things fall away. You're worried about the future. Am I going to make it? Am I, going to have a job tomorrow? Am I going to have money for life tomorrow? Am I going to have the friends that I have? And all of, everything in life that you worry about, you really don't. It helps you. It releases all that worry. So I'm still working on it. The worry of this interview is hard on.
So with the energy, as you've developed your own abilities, what do you think are some of the biggest misconceptions about what the energy is? As you've said, it is your innate life force connection to the divine or to the God of your understanding, and many people seek that spiritual connection, but it seems that, like you said, sometimes that ego gets in the way. What would you say in the last 7 years or in your life, would you say are the biggest misunderstandings that people may have about it? Like if you were trying to talk to somebody about it, what types of questions do they ask you?
They ask, how can it benefit me? And the best way I can say it benefits people is it does connect them to their God of their understanding. I mean, we all have a perception of God, and we look for God out there, out into the world. When it connects you, when God is inside you, it helps you realize that you are already connected to God, and that we all are connected to God in our own way. And with that, it helps you to become higher conscious once you realize that you are connected to God and that we are all connected to everything in our world. Not only God, but everything, the people, plants, animals, things. It's just helps you understand that everything is part of you and you are part of everything else.
So in your life, in the last 7 years, as you've developed your own innate abilities, do you have any examples of any types of healings or any type of energy work that you've done where you've seen differences or changes in people, plants, animals, things?
Well, the most recent one is I work shift work, and I got up from graveyards one day, and I usually go to sleep about 9 and wake up at 1. And so I woke up, and my wife set up a kennel, and it had this cat in it, and the note said, "I found this cat run over in the road. I don't think it's going to make it, but I couldn't leave it there in the middle of the road." So so I sat down in front of the cat, and I sent it energy, and it was breathing really erratically. It really didn't sound good. And now this poor little cat is just everywhere, and it has that fear of missing out. So whatever room you go to, it's usually there. Right now, it's laying in the bed with my wife and her dog. So just so it doesn't miss out on anything. But the cat has so much energy, it's just rambunctious. But every time you pick it up, it purrs. You don't even have to really pet it. You just pick it up and it purrs. It just appreciates that we gave it a home, and that I gave it the energy. And so on my personal, the way the energy has changed me, I have polycystic kidneys. I had a transplant, but from my wife, which it was almost 1 in a million chances we were that close of a connection. I stay healthy almost. I don't really. If I get a cold, it may be for one day, but I stay healthy most of the time. I have 7 operators that work for me, and if they're all sick, I still stay healthy. And I'm in the control room with them probably 70% of the time. And I take high doses of immune suppressant drugs, and I still stay healthy. It's unbelievable to even myself, because you know how it is. If you're just around kids or anybody, or you're in any situation with somebody that's got a cold or a flu, you're more likely to catch it than not. And I always stay healthy. So.
Well, that's really phenomenal, considering that you do have that kidney transplant and everything. Can you tell me more about the science that you have participated in? Because I know that one of the big things about the Tribetti effect and Mr. Tribetti is that he has done thousands of experiments trying to make sure that there is scientific evidence backing up the energy. And I know you've participated. Can you tell me a little bit more about the experiments and the science that you've participated in?
I participated in two sciences. The first one was with a group of 17 other people. There was 18 of us, and we blessed selenium, magnesium, zinc, and ashwagandha. And out of those, that we all sent our energy for 5 minutes. We were timed. We were only allowed 5 minutes. They cut us. We were cut off. And then they fed those to mice and ran different tests on the mice. And the results were really unbelievable, but undeniable because of the percentages in the change of the immune system of the mice, and just on the way the mice acted, and their energy levels were so much higher. And then the other one I did was on vitamin D3. And this was by myself. I did it from my home that I'm sitting in now. And for 5 minutes, sent energy to I'm going to say a half a gallon of vitamin D3, which then they ran months of experiments on. And the results were like 500% immune system increase, bone density increase of, I think, 160%. The different tests they did were just unbelievable. I would not believe it myself. I mean, if it wasn't done in the lab and tested in this renowned lab. So it's just amazing. All of us have gotten tremendous results through Mr. Trivedi. And if it wasn't for Mr. Trivedi, I don't think any of us would ever be able to do anything that we have done anyway. So,
well, that is really significant when you can have something that's scientifically validated through these experiments, because it takes a lot of science in order, when they have to test these different things, and then they have to cross-check and all of the variables and everything with science. So with you're in Texas, correct? So when you work with people around the world from Texas, because obviously you don't have to be with someone in person to help them, how do you help them? And with that, how can somebody find out more about you and contact you?
well, helping them, I will sit and I'm really transmitting divine energy. It's divine sending energy through me into whoever I have conscious thought of, or animals or plants. It can be transmitted anywhere in the world, from anywhere in the world. And part of the reason we did the experiment too, from America to India, was to show that there's no such thing as time and space, that the energy is everywhere and can be anywhere. I've really have helped mostly people in my family, that are really distant family. My cousin, my sister, my nephew, and a family friend who helped take care of my son while he was high school and in college, and part of college stuff. So,
Do you have a website?
yes. Yes, my website is jprague.com. And it has the different bio on there, and the different programs that we have.
Great. So everyone, Jay Sprague, and that is jsprague.com. And your name it's JAYPRAGUE?
GUE, yes, ma'am.
Okay, .com.
And they can also reach me on when they go on the website, it has my phone number and my email address at j.jprague.com. And then my phone number, 713-412-6201.
Okay, great. So, and that means that you can email Jay, you can call Jay, or of course you can contact him via his website. This has been a really interesting conversation, Jay, because when you think about it, you're doing scientific research on some cutting edge information that people are becoming more and more open to understanding, because there's a lot being said that everything is energy, that there's a lot more known about quantum physics and science and how the universe works and everything. So it's very interesting. And if you look at history, even in the Bible, they talked about, that Jesus said that people could do things even greater than what he could do. And, with healing and things. And of course, many different people believe in the laying on of the hands or in the power of prayer. And again, it's all in the semantics of how people perceive information. But I think that you've done a really good job of explaining the Trivedi effect energy and the thought intention, that again, it's universal connection to the divine. And of course, you're the conduit for that universal life force energy. So I've really enjoyed talking with you. Do you have anything else to add to our conversation?
No, not at this time.
Okay. Well, Jay, thanks a lot. And again, everyone, you can go find out more about Jay Sprague and the Trivedi effect at Jay's website, and that's jsprague.com. And you can find his phone number and his email there. Again, everyone, this is Tammy Patzer. Go make it a beautiful day.
You've been listening to today's top health and wellness innovators and thought leaders on Optimal Health Radio. To get more solid health and wellness information, visit optimalhealthradio.com.